hand you over to Larissa Gray.
This evening gives you the potential to open up to more love, joy and bliss in your lives if you choose to embrace it. Okay, so first of all, I'd just like you to get into 2s or 3s, and I'm going to give you 30 seconds to tell each other all about your first kiss. Some of you had good experiences, some of you had bad experiences, some of them must have been funny, some might have been sad, but a lot of people think that their first sexual experience was their first kiss. But actually, your first sexual experience was the moment you were conceived. That very, very powerful creative force that brought every single one of you into this room. That is the power of sexual energy. And before I start to tell you a little bit about my life story, I thought it was really important that I explain to you what sacred sexual consciousness is and what awakening sacred sexual consciousness is. So, in our society, sex is thought of as quite a low energy. It's something that we don't talk about, it's put in the naughty corner and it's buried away. It's really at sort of physical level. Even our sexual education that we have when we're at school, it's all biological and physical, sexually transmitted diseases, unwanted pregnancy, job done. You know, it's physical base level. And also, because it's at such a low down level, it's so for so many people it's wrapped in shame, fear, guilt, terrible things. And some of this is to do with religious views around sexuality, that it was only to be used for procreation, not for pleasure, and that, in my belief, was a lot to do with controlling the masses. So it's lack of sexual education, religion, and also society's views around sexuality. There's an imbalance in masculine and feminine energy. You know, it's quite good for a man to have a lot of sexual experience. For a woman, it's, you know, you're either a virgin or a whore. You know, there's no mid-range. So that's the imbalance in society. So all of this energy is like low down. And you've got physical, then you've got emotional, and then you've got spiritual, and then you've got higher level consciousness. And this is where the sacred sexual energy comes in. This is this kind of sexual energy that I'm teaching about. It's at this higher level. And the best way of kind of describing it was a great analogy that David, thank you David, gave me when we spoke a little while ago. And he said, you know, when you see a Buddhist monk or a priest do a ritual, he does it with such honour and such love and such presence. And by doing it in that slow, conscious way, it becomes sacred. If he was to do it again really quickly, it would lose everything. So that kind of consciousness I'm bringing into sexuality. So I'm taking that energy and I'm bringing it up. And so just for a moment, I'd like you to just feel what it feels like to be touched unconsciously, and then touch yourself consciously with love and presence. And the power that that touch has is just awesome. You will feel the energy go right into your core, into your soul. It is healing on levels beyond words. And when the other sort of education that people have around sex in our society is pornography. And pornography really is abuse. It's abuse of the woman. Most porn actors are either drugged up or, you know, they're so disconnected, this sexual energy from their hearts, that it's soul destroying. And so that kind of sexual energy that society is so linked into, it is wounding, it hurts, it destroys. But the sexual energy that I'm teaching about, I'm talking about, it has the power to heal, to open, to bring more of your soul in. You're deeply touched and honoured by somebody else. Your soul just goes, I'm alive. And of course, when something has been so repressed in society, anything that we repress becomes dysfunctional. And because we don't talk about sex, and it goes underground. So we get sexual abuse, we get rape, and all sorts of sexual dysfunction. And it doesn't need to be like that. So I'm here, and my sole purpose is to awaken sacred sexual consciousness. And I do this at the moment with individuals or couples, and I take them through a process of connecting with each other, not on that physical level, but on a higher level, a spiritual level. I get them to connect to loving energy. I don't just connect my body, I connect my whole energy field to them. And I remind them that they are more than this physical body. And I remind them of what really deep love feels like. And so now I think I'd just like to show a little YouTube clip of me awakening some sexual energy in a friend of mine, actually. So Paul can just show that. And I'll explain exactly what I'm doing when you're watching it.
I don't need to go, by the way. Suddenly.
Yeah, I'm not suddenly going. It's on YouTube, I'll watch it.
Yeah, watch what you search for.
Okay, are you? I'll let Adam go before we play that.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, but just in terms of the context, so what's
Play later, yeah, it's in the morning.
Okay.
So here I am, I'm not even touching my friend's physical body. I'm working with her light body. That's to remind us that we have, I'm opening up her subtle energy flows around her body, and that reminds her that she's of light. She's not just a physical body. And by doing that, her soul remembers and opens up to just more blissful and orgasmic energy. This experience of doing energetic orgasm, even though it opens up the subtle energies, it can free up blockages that we have to open to receiving sexual energy, to receiving orgasm, and to actually feel orgasm in our whole body, not just in that area. It's about waking up the whole system. But when I do this work, this is only a small part of my work. I do a lot of work physically as well. But when I do this, I channel orgasmic energy into the client as well. So I kind of, if you watch my face in some of this, my body will actually move as well, and I feel the energies. See, as a builder can, connect with it. So anyway, you can stop that now. But that's a little part of what I do. So it's just showing you that there's more to sexual energy than meets the eye. Okay, so